Today we are heading toward the Whangarei Native Bird Recovery Centre. This morning we head to the Whangarei Native Bird Recovery Centre, which is basically where all the native birds which have been injured are brought to be basically cured and sent back into the wild. And first up we meet Robert in his massive education room.
So with our kiwis, yeah, we had our first one, Snoopy, but he passed away a few years ago. But in the meantime, we had another one, which is Sparky, and lost a leg in the trap. So if you're going to go into trapping, and you can buy a trap that'll catch a possum for 50 cents or $1, or do you buy a trap that can't catch a kiwi for $45, $40, $50, somewhere around there?
Possum trapping is really common in New Zealand, and that's because they're considered an invasive species that actually threaten kiwi bird habitats. But some of the methods of capturing the possums are actually pretty archaic, as Robert just showed with that possum trap just there. Robert then takes us outside to the aviary to see more of the birds in recovery.
Till they can fly, we won't let them go.
Yeah.
But once we see them starting to try and fly, we put them out in the aviaries. Once we see them flying around the aviaries, then we know they're ready to go. This one here has actually found a partner now.
Robert then shows us a cheeky tui that actually used to be in recovery here, but he comes back every so often for a cheeky feed from the food on the trees.
So if it's a baby, once they start to fly, you can't let them go till they're about 8 months old. Because if you can't take them back to the right place, the other tuis will attack and kill them.
Oh no! Tuis are fascinating birds that can learn and repeat what they hear.
He can say lots of things. He'll probably just start talking shortly. Yeah. You know, he'll ask you how's your cold and come up here quick.
Really?
Whistle pop goes the weasel. And the other one can talk as well. Hello!
Come on, quick!
Come on, quick!
Pop goes the weasel.
Oh my god, I can't believe that we have just seen a talking tui. We've seen tui making crazy noises in the forest before, but we had no idea they could do that.
This is where we keep our harrier hawks. There's
so what do you say?
They'll be hiding down the back at the moment.
The next enclosure we're heading into is the one of the harrier hawk, which is the most common native bird of prey in New Zealand. And Robert tells us all about the different stages of colour it goes through.
They start off very black.
Okay.
Then they go from a black to a very dark brown. Then a few changes it to lighter brown. Then they go to a very dark orange. And then a few shades of orange. Then they go to a dark yellow, very dark. And then a few changes in yellow till in the end it gets a very washed out lemony colour.
The birds are so well treated here that in the next enclosure we find a moorpork which is not supposed to be here. It has been released.
Yeah?
That's one of our tame ones that we let go about 5 years ago.
Okay.
Every now and again it comes back in and it knows how to get in the aviary.
Okay.
It hasn't been in there for about a year or more.
Ah, we thought that was normal.
When you said about a moorpork, I thought, well, where on earth are you looking?
While grabbing his kiwi bird, Robert is still laughing off the fact that this moorpork still makes its way into its cage.
Look at that, she couldn't be bothered you here.
No, they get to know you, eh? That one there, if it's the same one, he flies in every night to the tree up there and I can even hand.
Robert takes Sparky out of his enclosure, and this is the closest we've ever got to a kiwi bird. And as you'll notice, Sparky only has one leg, and just as Robert was showing us before, Sparky actually got his leg trapped in a possum trap when he was just a chick and had to be brought to the recovery centre. Unfortunately, being a one-legged kiwi doesn't make kiwis fare well in the wild, so Sparky has been living as a conservation icon ever since then, helping people be educated on the threats that kiwi birds face. And it's also an amazing opportunity to see how awesome these native New Zealand birds are.
So you guys are going to tell us, Kiwi birds are nocturnal, meaning that they usually forage for food at night and sleep during the day. However, because Sparky is an advocacy bird, meaning that it's just for education purposes, he actually has been acclimated to live during the day and sleep during the night, like us humans. It has been a very slow work in order not to disturb the bird too much and to make sure that he lives long and prosper. It's really cool to see him foraging all around, gathering heaps of worms around us and actually not be too scared. It's fascinating to see kiwi birds so up close, and we love the commentary that Robert's giving us. Robert has years of experience in conservation work and has worked with so many different species. I really love his passion and his commitment to his cause. After putting Sparky back into his enclosure, Robert is bringing us to the next step of our tour.
What's really cool about the Whangarei Native Bird Recovery Centre is it's actually free of charge to have a look around the aviaries and see which birds are in recovery and get a real close-up viewing of amazing New Zealand native birds. And the next bird we're going to check out is a really cool bird, and it's actually in the hospital for a while because it had been hit by a car on the road. So Robert goes in to bring out this amazing harrier hawk.
Sadly, this harrier hawk cannot fly anymore, but with all the care and knowledge of the Bird Recovery Centre, they actually have good hopes to be able to release him in the wild again. One of the really awesome things when seeing those birds so close is that we get to actually see all the detail of their anatomy, which is absolutely fascinating. You will notice that this bird particularly keeps his mouth open for the whole time, and this is a common thing with most bird species, that they actually do that when they are stressed, and obviously surrounded by so many humans he's a little bit stressed, so for this reason Robert is taking it back to recover in peace. So today we are horse trekking in Whangarei. Wait, no we're not. Let's run back to the stables. Little Joe, you need my help. Can I get the notes so I know what to talk about instead of that?